Okay. Y'all should be able to hear me now. I had my daughter to set my stuff up and she got one of them in the wrong place. So my apologies. I had to check that out real quick. All right, all right, all right. Can I get a one in the chat if you guys can hear me now? I think Alexa said yes, we can. So y'all, Sissy will be joining once she gets back. She has a small emergency with her dad, and I expect her to join in. But if not, we'll continue on. I want to greet the chat, Miss Doris. So Doris, tell me, is your last name, is it Downton or Downtown? Give me a one if it's Downton, Doris, and two if it's Downtown. Then we have Miss Deborah. Thank you for coming in. Miss Lachelle, Alexis, Elaine, Kay Brown, Amber, Rock Trooping and Cut, Miss Layla Johnson. Thank you so much for coming in. Okay, thank you, Miss Layla. She says, "Hey, Miss White, new subscriber to your channel from my beautiful girl Amber. Well, welcome. Thank you so much." Kara Highsmith, Tanisha G, Sexy Ray, of course. And let's see. And Terry, thank you so much for coming in. Hey guys, I don't know if y'all see, but we now have memberships for I think it's like $2.99, $1.99, something like that. So y'all grab a membership for your girls, okay? Go ahead and grab a membership for us. Um, I'm sure you all noticed that we hadn't been live for a little bit because life be life, and guys. If it's not me that has something going on, it's Sissy, but I am going to do better. That's a promise that I made. I'm going to do better as far as going live and giving you guys content. I think that we do good subjects. I think that we do good content, but we don't get a lot of support. So that kind of pushes you back from wanting to go live and do content when you don't get a lot of support. But hey, it is what it is. I'm not fussing. I'm not complaining. Just kind of giving y'all a backstory as to when, where, and how we get to where we are now. Um, so I'm sure you guys have seen the topic for today. What a green is that? The big mamas, y'all. Um, we've been planning on talking about this topic for a good little while. And the truth of the matter is, guys, if you read the description that I put in there, I spoke on how we don't. Thank you for coming in, Miss Judy. I see Miss Judy came in, and good morning, gorgeous. But listen, we don't have a lot of grannies anymore, big mamas, that is. And I understand, that we're in a new day and age. I get it. Um, the nucleus family, y'all know what a nuclear family is, where it's the mom, the dad, and the siblings. They call that the nuclear family, but we live in a more conventional type era now where we have a lot of single parents and all that. But all of that is beside the point. I'm noticing that we got a lot of older women, should I say, middle-aged women, should I say, that are grandmothers, and their concern is not shaping their children and their grandchildren into being better people, uh, helping them construct their lives and put them in a position for success. But they are concerned about shaping themselves, like their shapes and things like that. You find more and more grandmothers now that are getting BBLs done. Uh, they're hitting the gym. And look, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be healthy. Nothing at all. because I try to take pride in what I look like when I step out the door as well. Um, but I'm just talking about the immaturity of it all. Like these grandmothers who, it used to be mothers wanted to be their kids' friends, but now you got grandmothers wanting to be their grandchildren's friends. Like, I titled it like, "Are the big mamas going extinct?" Extinct. I'm sorry. And if they are, guys, what are we gonna do? Good morning, gorgeous said, "Bring back the seasoned grandmothers." Like, I agree because y'all, we in trouble. We are in trouble because I can remember being a little one, and if my mom had to spank me or whoop me or tear my behind up, however you want to phrase it, that was one thing. But for my grandmother to even know that I had got in trouble, it used to tear my heart up because I was so afraid of disappointing my grandmother. And we have lost that, guys. What are we gonna do? Like, who's grannying us now? Anybody? Y'all know? Like, their least concern is whether or not they can help their children raise their children. And I don't mean babysitting and buying them clothes and all of that, but just that moral support. You know how y'all remember the movie Soul Food? How Big Mama would go in the kitchen and no matter what was going on, Big Mama would whip that meal up and everybody try to come to a common ground. Y'all remember that movie? Like these people don't even know how to cook no more. Like what we gonna do? Like seriously, what are we gonna do? I remember the grandmas that had the fat hanging behind their arm, boy. When you saw that fat hanging flying in that kitchen when they was cooking, boy, you knew you was getting ready to get a meal. But not only a good meal, conversation came with that. With the conversation came the nurturing. You know what I'm saying? Now everything's about monetization. But that's something that you cannot monetize. You can't monetize those good conversations. You know what I'm saying? In the kitchen, cooking and everything don't have to be about cooking or anything like that. It was a lot of things that grandmothers passed down to their children and then to their grandchildren. But they not doing that now, y'all. They not doing it. Let me read a couple of comments before I keep going into the meat of this thing. Alexa said I can't read lips. I guess they could hear me at one point. Miss Judy said, "Hey, Miss White, I just got back from my daughter's grandmother's homegoing." Oh, wow. My condolences, Miss Judy. My condolences to you and your daughter as well. Amber said, "Miss White, mind this channel." Okay, give me a minute, I'll get you, girl. A lot of people are speaking. Good morning, Gorgeous said, "Memberships are available. Where's the link?" Good morning, Gorgeous. Now, I don't know how to do that, but I think you just go in and click join. I'm not sure how it works. Some of the more seasoned people in the chat can probably tell us. I do not have a link. Y'all got to help me. And Miss Sexy Ray posted a Cash App, guys. That's not the correct Cash App. We have to use Miss White. Thank you. That one, because y'all know the situation with the Cash App. Good morning, Gorgeous said, "That's the truth." Amber says, "We see it every day. Bring seasoned grandmas back." Amber said, "Yes." We have some people speaking. Good morning, Gorgeous said, "Grandmas nowadays are only 35 years old." Good morning, Gorgeous. Yes, now that's nasty work. Amber says, "Yes, I do." Hey, Retta, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Miss X-Ray said, "I don't have no grandparents. They are all deceased." Miss Lila says, "I'm 58, going to be 59. 9-10 people think I'm in my 30s. How about that? Alexa says, "Sure don't know how to cook." Okay. I got a mod, Amber. Amber's letting everybody know that we do have memberships available now. Doris says, I have one grandmother and that still living. She's 87 years old, and I don't allow no one to play with her, honey. I don't blame you. We have to take care of our elders. But at this point, like, we don't really have no elders. Because everybody trying to be young. I saw Miss Layla said that she's 59 years old and people think she's in her 30s. And that's a beautiful thing. So that's not the thing that I'm trying to take away from. Like, I'm by far not trying to take away from that at all. I applaud any woman who takes care of herself, keep her body together. But we need to concentrate on working on our mindset. Like, we have a big immaturity in our age group, and we don't have anything to pour into our children. Like nothing. Or the things that we are pouring into them is not going to benefit them in life. Like, it's not going to take them for they're not getting any substance. And that's a problem, guys. That's a problem. I remember a time in the Black community where you didn't hear too often of Black people killing themselves or being serial killers. Not saying that it didn't happen, but it wasn't a common thing. It's nothing now. Now when something happened, now you got to ask, what color was it? It used to be you automatically knew, depending on what the crime was. You kind of automatically knew what it was. But you don't see that anymore. And I strongly believe that that contributes into the lack of substance being given to us from our elders. From our elders, because I saw somebody in the chat said that our grandmothers are younger now, right? And that's true as well. But like, I had kids young, right? But when I started having kids, my mama made me grow up. She was like, I'm not keeping them kids. You had them. You're going to take, if they can't go with you, then guess what? You're not going. And they didn't hold me in my mess. I had to be accountable. So because I had to be accountable, that forced me to have to grow up. Like, I had to grow up. So now that don't mean I didn't play. God knows I did, but I had to be responsible for my own responsibilities as well. And you don't see that. You don't see that anymore. Like, I'm concerned. I am concerned. They say each generation gets weaker and weaker. But my God, y'all, we're going to be in trouble. We are. It used to be a time when a parent, when a child was in school, and if the teacher told that child, I'm going to call your mother, I'm going to call your parents, they were afraid. So they don't care no more about calling. Because they know there's really not no repercussions. You got to be careful to make sure that the parent not get ready to go up there and try to handle the teacher. Doris, I read that. She said she had one grandmother. Good morning, Gorgeous says, okay, us iPhone users have to use the web browser to join the memberships. Miss Judy says she lived a full life and traveled the world. She would have been 86 next week. Oh, wow. That's a blessing. I think the Bible promised us, told us we'd have 70 years. Anything after that was a surplus. Miss Sexaray says, where I'm chosen. She has an emergency, a small emergency with her dad. I do expect her to come pop her head in here soon. I hadn't heard from her in the past 2 hours, so hopefully she'll pop on up, y'all. Lena says they are too busy twerking with their daughters. Absolutely. Now, there ain't nothing wrong with dancing with your kids, but it's twerking and popping and all that. My kids wouldn't even see me do that. Like, I used to smoke weed, y'all. I smoked weed for like 20-some years. And I quit. It's been probably 16, 17 years since I smoked marijuana. But if I did still smoke, you best believe my kids wouldn't be smoking with me. And I have a couple of kids to smoke with, but I wouldn't be smoking with them. Not drinking with them. Not nothing. I don't care how old or grown they get. You go over there and do your thing. And we just have to keep a barrier. Like, we have to draw a line. at a point in place. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Michelle. I appreciate that. I don't even know how to ask somebody giving me a super chat or a super sticker because that's normally what I do all the time. How about that? 4 more people need to hit the like button. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all supporting and hitting that like button. Chosen says, I'm listening. Be there soon. Hey, y'all. So she's on the way, guys. Lila, I don't play with my kids. Absolutely. Hello, Miss White. I love and will spoil all children, but I do not play with correction and discipline. That's the thing right there. Let me tell you something. My oldest child is 36 years old. My kids still say, yes, ma'am, please, may I, and thank you. And I bet not hear them in the street doing anything different with any other elder. I mean, I don't play them games. I just don't. Old school, whatever you call it, it is what it is. But I just don't. And I think I take pride in saying that I instilled into my kids so much that now that they're grown, they still carry that with them. Like they still carry that with them. All the hoopla y'all heard a month or so ago concerning me on YouTube and the drama and the shenanigans, you didn't see my kids. You didn't see my kids whatsoever because they understand and like they know they're not going to go in here and fight with nobody, their senior or any of that. Now, face to face, where they stand up for their mom, absolutely. Absolutely, but they just ain't gonna get up out and hold pistols. You hear? They pistols, fighters. I got one, everybody know I got one daughter that's on drugs, and she is a whole fool, y'all. She a whole fool, nothing to play with. But she's still respectable. She's still mannerable. She's still, yes, ma'am, please, may I, and thank you to me. Like she get it. She get it. And I'm saying that to say that no matter how far off left that they get, if you've really instilled into them, the Bible tells us to teach them the way that they should go. They may stray, but they'll come back to what they've been taught. And my concern is ain't nobody teaching nobody nothing no more. Like, what's going on? What's going on? You mean to tell me your BBL and your booty popping and all of that is more important than your child's future? Are we serious? That's what we're doing. I got a problem with that, y'all. Ms. Judy said, I'm chosen to take your time, hon. Good morning, Gorgeous says, while I agree with your perspective of the granny, I think equal focus needs to be given to grandpa. Kids are being raised differently, which turns into a different type of adult. Good morning, Gorgeous. Great. I love that you said that. We cannot leave out the granddad. And the only reason I just put more of the focus on the grandmother at this point is because they're the ones that we see out here on Front Street. The grandma has always been the heart, the emotional aspect. Like they were the sentimental people. Like the men kind of ruled with a firm hand, and the grandmother came in and gave the love, and things like that. So that's the only reason why. But you're right, you cannot stay away from the men, and then that goes to a whole nother topic of why men aren't being men anymore. And I have strong opinions about that because a lot of us women have just taken over. A lot of us women, we don't need a man. I got this. I don't need no man to tell me what to do or tell me how to do. And I have my thoughts on that as well. The realistic, hey, thank you for coming in. She says, hello, my beautiful sis, Miss White. Thank you, love. Amber says, thank you, Lachelle, for the super sticker. Yeah, I don't know how to add y'all. I got a super sticker. She says men hold equal responsibilities. That's absolute. That's correct. I'm not going to disagree with that at all. Miss Judy said, my babies are fighting over who will take me if rheumatoid wins the war. They don't care what my That makes sense. And you know what, Miss Judy? I have two kids that's a struggle for them. Like they don't understand my husband's place. Like they know he's my husband. They know he takes care of me. And my husband get offended a little bit. He be like, "Hey, I'm right here. I am the husband, you know." And they look at it like, "Well, that's my mom." And he be like, "Well, that's my wife," you know. And so I get it. Um, the realistic said, "Sex array. There goes my baby. Hello, beautiful." Amber says, "Yeah." Leela Johnson says, "My grandbabies better not disrespect anyone, all girls, and God is the head of our life." Amen. Amen. Because if I hear telling mine, I don't care if they are grown, because I'll still hit them in the back of the head. I will. But if I hear telling them, now them having to be out defending themselves, that's one thing. But just out here nitpicking and starting with grown ups and stuff like that, I have a problem. And although they are grown ups, it's a hierarchy, you know, a level. It's the level of respect. You know, don't disrespect your elders, please. Just don't do it. You're shortening your life. That's according to the good word. Like you're shortening your life when you disrespect your elders. Amber says nowadays the grannies help the grandkids fight. Girl, what you say? My black is beautiful. Thank you so much for coming in. She says, hello, Miss White. Lachelle says, Amber the Life Coach, you welcome. I had to give it super chat because Miss White support you content creators and she and I'm chosen are so sweet. Oh, thank you, girl. I'm gonna drop this link to y'all if there's somebody who wants to come up. Let me see. Where's the link? Y'all know Sissy normally do this stuff. Not that I don't know how to do it, but she just normally. All right. Well, that was slowly of me. Hold on one second, y'all. I don't even have my chat over here. Bear to the with me. Yeah, I was I was out not long ago and I saw this lady, and you could tell that she was an older lady. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be younger or any of that, but it was just how she was carrying herself. And we had been talking about doing this live for a while, but when I saw that, I was like, you know what, we got to go ahead and talk about this because these women is up out here doing this thing like it ain't nobody business. Ain't nobody business. And then they wonder why kids out here just being how they been, doing what they doing. Like to me, hold on, y'all. Let me drop this. Let me drop this link. There's a link if somebody wants to come up and join me and talk about it. Um, we don't have anybody passing down like our cultural things, not just in the black family. I was watching somebody talk about even in the Italians, you know, they put their heart and soul into their food just like we do. Like they roll their dough out, make their pasta from scratch, and you know all that good stuff. And they don't have nobody doing that no more because nobody wants to learn it. Uh, and not so much that nobody wants to learn it. What they were saying was nobody's teaching it anymore because the grannies ain't grannying no more. They out here too, like. And when I say monetization, I'm not just talking about YouTube. When I say monetization, like they looking for the next lick, the next dollar, to who they can make holler for the next dollar, and all of the above. Like they out here
Hey there,
doing it.
lady.
Hey Amber, thank
How
you
are
for coming
you?
up, love.
Welcome. So,
Can
um,
y'all hear her?
can you
I
all hear
can.
me? Why it sound like somebody snoring, Miss White? Miss White, can you hear me?
Amber, can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, I don't have her on mute, guys. Maybe she'll start speaking in a good hot second. Can y'all hear Amber? Put a one in the chat if you can hear Amber. I just can't hear Amber. It might be my speakers. Okay. Go ahead, Am. I'm gonna turn this up the lights on.
Okay, I do hear some in the background. Kind of sound like somebody snoring or something. But Miss White Tangela says she's having a rally in Washington D.C. September the 24th. I ain't seen my girl in a while. Anyway, um, nowadays they are not grannying. Um, they're teeny bopping. They out in the clubs. They making tapes. You know, it, it's crazy what they're doing. Like I said, I know a granny now that used to take her grandkids around to fight. They used to get in her minivan and they used to go fight whoever they had a problem with. They used to get in their granny's minivan with them and she used to drive them to go fight the people. This is no lie. And sometimes the granny would actually help them fight. So they out here and they are very strange nowadays. It ain't no more big mamas,
Wow.
y'all. It ain't no more,
Wow.
had it on soul food and stuff. That ain't out here no more. They every other word is big, or whole, they just not grannying no more. Can you hear me, Miss White?
I can hear you now.
Okay. That's
Um,
what I was saying.
we're lacking substance, and the generations after us are gonna be in trouble. And when I say after us, I mean like my generation and the generation after that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Deeply in trouble. Layla say I know people
Who? What
like
are they? The alphas. The alphas.
what you talking about?
Because 99. My youngest set of, well, not my grands, but my youngest set of kids, they are Generation Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the group before that, we got the millennials, which are like your group, Amber, the millennials.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Generation X's,
Ain't that
which
you?
is my group.
Mm-hmm.
So,
The
and then the
boomers,
group
right?
before that was the boomers. hmm And so the Generation X, um, which is my group. Okay, so then you think about like in the 80s, uh, we had this big drug crisis in the black community,
Mm-hmm.
and we had so many people on drugs. We had all these families that were being separated. That goes back to what Good Morning Gorgeous was talking about. We had these families that were being separated where they were taking the men out of the home. And when the men were coming out of the home, a lot of times women were forced to do things on their own. And it just trickles downhill to from generation to generation. So, baby boomers, they were smoking weed, peace, love, and happiness,
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
They was
well, they
smoking.
smoking weed and hash.
Look, they
And,
was
and
smoking
then
reefer.
when the next generation came in, that's when the drug crisis came with the crack cocaine and all of that. And so there's been a lot of damage done. There's been a lot of damage done. And it's like they just snatched the morals out of a middle generation. And now they're trying to pick back up and move on, but they don't have no substance to take with them.
Mm-hmm. Believe in you said I'm so grateful for my mom. She is one of the
So
last.
what do we do? What do we do, y'all? Anybody got any suggestions?
of how we can help the generation of grandmothers. Because I honestly believe that the millennial grandmothers, I think we gonna take it on
You
back.
said
We're gonna
she's
bring it back.
one of the last.
We're, the millennial grandmothers finna bring it on back to how Big Mama and them used to be. You feel me? We taking it back. Cause when my son had his kids, I'ma babysit my grandkids and everything. We taking it back. We all them glam mamas and all that's over with. When they changed the names to glam mama and Mimi and all, that's when they start changing. No, you're a grandmother. Period. She said she want to join.
Yeah. What they call it? Me moms.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Judy in here. Miss Judy, can you tell me how to get that chat, the link to the memberships?
No, I don't think it's the baby boomers' fault. I actually think that I don't know whose fault it is. I think it's from
Let
them
me go back to
flooding.
some comments.
I think it's them flooding our um our neighborhoods with crack cocaine. And like Miss Judy said, we don't have that
That's where it
village no more.
started. That's where, you know,
And other people, y'all can come up here. Don't be shy. Y'all come bring y'all tails up here. I think Believing you said that she want to join.
go ahead, Amber. I think I'm on a delay.
You are. Believing you said she want to come up here.
No,
What's up,
absolutely. I'll drop the link
Ryan?
again. I'm gonna read a couple comments right quick. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Jazzy Red says,
Welcome,
"Wow,
Deborah.
unbelievable."
New member, y'all
She
give Miss
says,
White a hand. She got a new member,
"Amber, I
y'all.
know people like that now."
What's up, Miss Judy? What's up? What's up? What's
I'm gonna
up?
have to get up here and do
Hey,
one of them
ladies.
$1,000,000 baby dances. Hey, Miss Judy, how are
Honestly,
you?
I'm doing good. The problem with the generation now and the grandmas is a lot of the millennials, and it is y'all fault, Amber. Y'all got this stubborn way about y'all that y'all didn't want to listen to your elders. You didn't want to take that wisdom. They
Uh-huh.
started that law where you couldn't spank your kids, so then the village could no longer discipline the kids.
That's true.
And the mothers became, it's me, 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 my world, my world, my world. You can't tell me nothing.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean I agree with that to a certain extent, and the only reason why is because it still all go back to this crack cocaine that was flooding in our neighborhoods.
I don't think it was that, honestly. I really don't.
What you say, Miss White? Because
Question.
um I do agree with that law saying you can't spank your kids anymore.
I was gonna ask Miss Judy.
Miss
Yes,
White,
ma'am.
hey, you heard me,
I'm
Miss
on a
Judy?
serious delay. Let me find out why I'm on this delay.
Okay.
Um, you said when they started making this law that you couldn't discipline your kids as you saw fit or how you choose. Do you think that at that point the parents started saying, "Well, if I can't raise them like I want to, then oh well, what's the use? I'll do my own thing." You think that could be possible?
It is part of it. Because I understand them if they would have, when they intervened for the actual abuse or ABUSE on the kids. But actual discipline, there was nothing wrong with it. We're all here to testify wasn't nothing wrong with it because we got whooped with everything under the sun that was in reach.
Hmm.
And we weren't harmed.
And see and she Miss Judy, you telling the truth.
And
Miss
see
Judy,
the
you telling the truth. The millennials it is kind of the millennials' fault because those parents were not able to do as much as the boomers was to their kids. Now you telling the truth, but hear me out. The reason why I said it was different is reason why I think it's different is because I was raised by a boomer. Okay, I should have been raised by a Gen X, but I'm an old person's child, old people's kids, and my mama ain't play. She whooped and asked questions later. Period.
I might be
Talk like
Gen X, but look, I still went up to that school, and if the principals all knew me very well, they knew if my kids actually did something wrong, I was gonna whoop their tail from that office all the way out to the car. And when we got home, the police knew me too, because if they got in trouble, the officer would tell me, "Hey, just wait till I pull off, please, so I don't have to hear."
Mhm.
But even now with my grandson, they know I'll still come up in there and act a fool. But they
I
also
know.
know that if my child didn't do something right and your school is messing up, I'm gonna give you a piece of my mind. And if somebody's bullying my kid, because that's a big problem now. Oh, I'll punch a teacher. I done made them quit.
So you made them
I don't
quit. That's
play when
good.
it come to my babies. That's one thing I won't do.
Now the state that I live in, they say you can discipline your children, you can spank your children. I think I cannot remember, but y'all know I deal with DSS frequently, and I think it was a bruise that couldn't last 5 days or something like that. But my question about that was, when you in that moment, how you determine how long a bruise gonna last? you know. But they do say you can discipline your children, but I think it's when they took it out of school. Um, we used to get disciplined in school, like we got a spanking from the principal.
Ooh, I remember that paddle and that stack of rulers.
Yeah, the paddle had a hole in it, so it was stick. The foot would stick to your backside.
Yep,
And I
suck that
when
little
they,
back meat right up in that hole.
when they put that along with prayer, but I'm gonna put it. I'm not gonna say so much the prayer as I am gonna say the discipline. When they took that discipline out of school, child, because let me tell you, y'all know how it go, especially if you're a parent. If you are a disciplinary, if you believe in corporally spanking your children, it's different when they do something and they get punished for it right away, as opposed to the teacher or the principal call you while they're in school and you got to wait for them to get home. It loses its momentum. By the time the end of that day comes, you done started dealing with other life challenges and all of that. So, the punishment is not just the same, whereas they got there at school. And then again, when they get home, like I grew up in a neighborhood where if we were doing something wrong and the neighbor saw us, she would tear our behind up, send us home, call my mama, and tell her what happened. So my mom already knew about it by the time we got back home. And then it
Mm.
was another butt whooping. And more than anything, I said it at the beginning of the live, is I would be so hurt and disappointed just for them calling my granny to say, we had to tear her behind up today. And my grandma would be like, why did you do that now, honey? You know better. It would just do something to me. I would
Mhm.
rather have got another whooping than my grandmother to be so disappointed in me. So, but we don't operate like that anymore. We don't, but I do. Like I raised my kids the same way. And even with my grand that I have now, I still do the same thing. They're like, you so old fashioned. I be like, oh well. I love them. I have fun with them. I play with them. I spoil them, but I'll tear they behind up, like light them a new whole backside. I don't play with them.
I remember when I was in fourth
So,
grade. I remember when I was in fourth grade. That was in '95, and I remember this boy. He was a class clown, and his mama was tired of the teachers calling him, and she came up there, and they gave her a paddle, and they told her to go outside in the hallway, and she beat that tail. When I said beat her, but shortly after that, they stopped all of that.
yeah, yeah, because
Mm.
I got a whooping in school. I got several whoopings in school. And the worst one I ever got was when my teacher, Miss Harris, I'll never forget it. She told me that she was gonna call my mom. And I was like, so call her. I don't care, showing off. knowing
Hmm.
I care, but I'm running my mouth. I don't care, call her. Honey, when my mama got wind of that, she came to the school and told my tail up at the school in front of the class. Oh my God. I think that's when I stopped cutting up in school. Like, I think that
Those
did,
were the worst butt whoopings when you got it in school in front of everybody because it embarrassed the crap out of you.
Out of you, yup.
yeah, yeah. It was consequences.
But
Like,
y'all, believe it or not, I was always the teachers always told my mom that me and my other sister that's right above me, Ashley, that we were always a joy to have in class. Never, I was never bad in school ever. Always was good, me and Ashley. But Lexus, she was a social butterfly, and that's why she would get in trouble. And then my brother was a class clown. But me and Ashley, we were always good. So they would always have good reports. So my mom would never have any problems with us, in school. The problem came in with us arguing with each other at home.
that's kind of how I was, Amber. The last live we did and my family came to visit. I don't know if y'all heard when they was talking about when I was saying how I explained to y'all, like, I'm not a naturally nice person. Like, I had to work on that because I used to have like a really bad. I didn't have a bad temper, but once you push me to a place, it was like to the point of no return. So my cousin was telling the story about how I branded her with a fork because they were
Hmm.
picking on me and they was bothering me. And I don't know if y'all heard my uncle in the background. He was like, "Well, no, you didn't start nothing, but you would sure finish it." And I would, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, I would. My in high school, no, in junior high, me and my sister and cousin, we fought the principal. Um, yeah, we fought the principal.
Wait a minute
Oh,
now. Hold up. You hear this, Miss Judy?
yeah, I was something, girl. And now, just because I
Oh, I
was
was
something
just
that
as
made my
bad.
mom turn my tail up, I would do things, but it was consequences afterwards. Um, well, actually, my sister was fighting. My sister and my cousin was fighting, and the principal was trying to break it up. And he snatched my sister up, and my mind was like, you ain't gonna do that to my sister." And I reacted. I jumped on his back, and it was on. But
Miss White, you just said the key word to what the problem is with this world: consequences.
consequences.
They
Yeah,
not learning them.
it was consequences, regardless of what I did. When I was in high school, there was this girl. She was a big girl, and she was spreading the word. She was gonna get me after school. She was gonna get me after school. So I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared. She was a big girl. So I got sick that day. I wasn't sick, but I got sick, and I went home. So the next day, I had to go back to school. Like, I had to face the music. But baby, when I went back to school, I had a blade with me, and choo 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 choo, sliced it right on up. They suspended me for the rest of the school year. Um, I got my diploma from the community college because I could not go back to school. Um, I don't think I had consequences for that. I think I might have had some consequences, but law enforcement got involved. Like, law enforcement got involved, but I don't think I got much consequences from my parents and my grandparents because I was defending myself, and if any consequences came, as I can remember, it was probably because I took the knife to school. My parents was kind of like on some "why don't you let us know" type thing, but I grew up with parents that was like, get someone to sit down and mind your business, and you won't be having them problems. So they weren't gonna go up there and fight for me or with me or any of that. But I grew to be known as a hellraiser, but I really wasn't a hellraiser. I had built up a force field, if you will, to try to protect myself because I didn't grow up with nice things or fine things, and I got bullied a lot. I got bullied and picked on. So I just wasn't having it. But there was consequences. There was definitely consequences. And that's something that I think, like Miss Judy just agreed with me on, is that people don't know of now. And when you are a small child without consequences, you grow up to be a preteen without consequences. And when you are a preteen without consequences, you grow up to be a teen without consequences. And teens grow up to become young adults without consequences, right? And then the young adult grows up to be a full-blown adult without consequences. And these full-blown adults grow up to be these grandmothers that we are referring to now without consequences. Like they don't care.
Amen.
They don't care. And that's what we got to remember is that it don't just happen overnight. It's a chain reaction that gets them to this place where they are. It's a chain reaction. And I remember back when I was having kids in North Carolina, you had to do a little parenting class before you either did. They try to get you in that parenting class before you deliver. But if you had delivered and you had not attended those parenting classes, you can take that baby home, just like a car seat. You had to have those parenting classes. And I wish it was some kind of way they could kind of implement some of those things back into the community. But I saw in the chat, somebody had said that it starts with voting. And oh boy, they do not know how right. Well, maybe they do because I don't know who it is. Keeping It Intelligent says it starts with voting and who we let in office making these rules up for us, like the congressmen and supreme seats. Absolutely, like yeah, I'm a big advocate for voting. For those of y'all who don't know, I work for the Board of Elections. And the things that we see and hear, oh my God. I'm gonna go to some of the comments real quick, Miss Judy. Good morning, Gorgeous said, I feel like us millennials did listen. I did. She said she did, but did you say also that your mom was a boomer? I think I also heard you say that your mom was a boomer because they had a different strategic way of raising too. The boomers. The welfare system effed us. It did and still is. She also says, yep, the spankers ruined it too. Yeah, when they took them spankers out of school, good God mine. And I think when they took the spankers out of school here, you can go to the school and spank your child. But what parent has enough time to take off work? Because you got to work now. Like, you got to be there. You don't have the time to take off work to go spank your child and then go clock back in. Yeah, I mean, PTO is far and few in between nowadays. Good morning, Gorgeous says, no, it's because some kids need a whooping. It's just some people take it too far. Absolutely, they don't know when to stop. And that's another thing about taking it too far. When we let things pile up instead of checking it when they do it, we'll sit up and let it pile on top of pile on top of pile. And then when we do get them, we taking all that anger and animosity out on that child when we should have been handling these things along the way. But then we let it pile up, and then that's not all abuse cases, but that is a big way that you see abuse. Yeah, I see here what she said. Her mom was a boomer, and they had a different way of raising their kids. They didn't party with the kids, hang out with the kids. They still believed in yes, ma'am, please, may I, and thank you. And you don't hear that now. I had my niece and nephew for 2 months. When I was in the hospital, my niece and nephew was here. And when I got out, I began to interact with them more because my husband was interacting with them when I was sick. But when I got out and I began to interact with them more, my nephew, when you call his name, he would be like, huh? I would call his name again. Huh? I'm like, little boy, here is yes, or yes, ma'am, or excuse me. My name is not huh. You will not refer to me as huh. He was here 2 months. They just left a couple of days ago. Before he left, he knew and understood not to respond to me with huh. Like he finally got it. Like, yeah, I think how you address a person says a lot. I think it says a whole lot. But he was not allowed to address me or my husband with huh. Like, you can do that at home with your mommy. But here, you cannot come to my home and do things and say things that my own kids are not allowed to say. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Just not going to happen. Hey, welcome.
Hey, sister.
Welcome. Stranger danger.
I've been
How are
listening.
you, girl?
I'm okay.
Oh,
How
see,
are you?
I'm good. How's Dad?
He's fine. We're used
Uh,
to the routine. It happens
mm,
around birthdays and holidays or when we got some event planned, but this time nothing's planned, but it just happened. So he's fine. Yeah.
good, good, good.
Y'all, hey chat. Hey y'all. Love y'all. I can't see. I ain't got my glasses on right now, so I'm going
So,
in blind.
as you was listening, I'm reading some of the comments. Amber was up, and Miss Judy was up, and I'm gonna drop.
Yeah, I see MJ. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I'm special now. And also, y'all want to give y'all a heads up. I got company here with me. Kind of a little unexpected, but she's family and we're vibing. She doesn't want to be on the camera though. So
No, I said hi.
she watching on her phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tell her to get that
She said
membership.
hi. She said hi, everybody.
Tell her to get that membership. We got a member. Somebody joined. We got 5 members.
Ooh, thank you. Let me clean my glasses off so I can put them
Mhm.
on.
Nola Bunny says, I just watched a lady go to jail because she came to the school for her daughter's bully.
Mm.
Let me tell y'all this little situation I had. My baby, shoot, Leia, when she was in elementary school, she's a beautiful little girl. I'll say that. She's been pretty
Mm-hmm.
since forever. Okay. And she's very light skinned, so the little boys be attracted to that. But she was in elementary school, and a little boy touched her inappropriately, right? So we go to the school. We want to sit. I'm old school, so I want to sit down and have a talk with the parents. But of
Mm-hmm.
course, I'm not going to do that. They don't do that anymore. You can't sit down and have a conversation with the parents. Listen, you are not even allowed to know the name of the child who did something to your child. The only way I knew the child's name is because my daughter knew the child's name. But the school cannot give you that information. And I guess it's for their safety. They kind
Mm-hmm.
of afraid that you would do something to the child or to
Right.
the parents or whatever the case may be. But they would not give us the child's name. They would not let us talk to the parents. I said, well, here's my number. Give the parents my number and at least see if they would like to call and talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. So the
No.
school sent the little boy home for how many days? I don't know because they weren't even allowed to tell me what his consequences were, right? But I later found out that one of his consequences was he was to get counseling before coming back to school.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Daddy said, well, Daddy said no. Daddy said no. That's what little boys do. I ain't taking my child to no counseling. And
Hmm.
the school let the little boy back in school. Fast forward, maybe 4 months down the line, hubby and I think we were in Vegas. We were in Vegas. Phone ring. It's the school. This little done struck again. He done struck again, honey.
Mm-mm.
And, mm, I could
He
not
had
get
the
to my.
nerve to do it again
Mhm,
to your child.
mhm, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Mhm. And
Hmm.
I held the school accountable. As a matter of fact, I'm still holding the school accountable to this day. She was in elementary school, and they are fighting tooth and nail to not be accountable. And I just felt like had they had held to the consequences that they gave him to
Mm-hmm.
get canceled, we wouldn't have been going through that. But
Right.
it just when she said that she watched the lady go to jail for somebody bullying her daughter, it brought back those memories how they protect those kids. Even in their
Mhm.
wrong, they protect those kids.
Yeah. And it's sad. It's sad. I'm gonna tell you, my kids of course are 30-ish, and I do have a goddaughter. And a couple years ago, I actually got her mom banned from the school premises because godmom is the one who acted a fool. Though there was some kids bullying her on the school bus, so when I went to the bus stop with her, got on the bus, and I walked back to the kids. I didn't direct it at anybody, but she showed me where that kid was sitting in a group of bullies. And I just said what I had to say. I asked the bus driver, stop the bus. She was like, "Oh, you can't get on here." No, I'm about to get on here. When it comes to people I love, kids that I love, I fight other kids. I will follow your child home and knock on your door. You know what I'm saying? Because touching someone's child inappropriately, if you're not going to stand up for your child, who is? You know what I mean? And that little boy could grow up to be a pet, or a R, if you don't get your children's hormones and their mindset in control to know what goes with what and what's normal, what's good behavior, bad behavior, then you're responsible. Now, I wouldn't say that I would attack the child, but I'm definitely coming with the smoke for the parent, and the school, you damn right. Keep on fighting. Keep on pursuing any lawsuits or legal issues that you may have going with them. Keep on, because the school, things have changed so much. You used to be able to whoop the teachers used to be able to paddle us. Your neighbors could paddle us. Your neighbors could paddle you. Go home, tell your parents you did something, and then your parents will paddle you. But now the parents want to fight the kids, because of how inappropriate their child is, like the child touching Leia in school. Imagine if you really sat down, and you're just setting your car maybe one day and followed that kid home on their bus route, and then you take it upon yourself to knock on the door and have an adult conversation, and you get smoked. So the school definitely is wrong. They should change the rules. I feel there should be laws in place. Like you said, you should be able to sit down with the child and the child's parents. So I definitely see, the title, where's the big mamas at? That's how you know there were big mamas back then. Now, what we got is mamas, that
Almost.
mamas without the baby.
Yeah, that is the but that's part of the reason why I began to homeschool, and I just did not trust the school system at all. Fast forward a few years down the line, I'm not the only one that was filing lawsuits. If you know anything about the city we live in, like, it's national news where they have actually been covering up a lot of things that have happened to these young children at school.
Yeah.
At school. And I continued to homeschool until JJ came, and with her deficits, it was a challenge for me to try to teach her because it was above what I knew how to do. So with her doctors, I was like, well, I'm gonna put her in private school, and they was like, no, they won't give her the hands-on that she needs. They kind of expect them to know. So that's why I put them back into the school system, only because of JJ. And I wasn't gonna send one without sending the rest. Yeah, just accountability in a nutshell. I'm gonna go to some more comments because I don't want to get too far behind. I read keep it.
I'll be right back, sissy. I'm gonna go heat my coffee.
I read keeping it's intelligent comment. All right, sissy. And good morning, gorgeous says the neighbors used to be able to discipline now as well. Nowadays the neighbors scared. Girl, people just come take over the whole neighborhood. They sit there, won't say a word. I gotta live here. I gotta live here. Amber said, good morning, gorgeous. My mama ain't play. My mama didn't need the child. She said, mine either. Not at all. Yeah. Kim's reaction show said, oh, I went too far. Well, that ain't what she said, but what she said was, hey, Miss White, Amber, and Miss Judy. I was born in 83, and today is a whole lot different. I keep old school morals in my house with my two daughters. Are 18 and 12. Good for you. Good for you, Kim's Reaction Channel, because let me tell you something. The ways of the world will always be interchanging. They will always change. Things will always change. But what you instill on the inside of them, they'll carry with them through their whole life, baby. They'll carry it. So it's all of our responsibility to dwell inside of their spirits, inside of their mind, the right things. That's our responsibility to do. And it don't mean that they won't do wrong things. But as long as you've planted that seed on the inside, even when they get in trouble, they will know what to go back to. I'm a firm believer in that. I am a hopeful, firm believer in that. Nola says, I was good in school. Only problem I had was fighting. Honey, I used to get bullied until I learned when I figured out I knew how to fight. Oh, girl, I was making up with the old and the new. Protect your peace. Says, peace and love, everyone. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you also, love. And thank you for coming in. Amber said, Nola, whoop it and asking questions later, honey. That's what my mom. I'm gonna whoop all of you till I get the right one. She didn't care who did. I'm gonna whoop all of you till I get the right one. And her favorite saying was, "Do it again, or the next time. I'm gonna whoop you till I get tired." And I just woke up, so that means she had plenty of energy, honey. You were gonna get it. We got whoopings like coming out the shower wet, baby. My mama did not play. Switches, extension cords, we got told up. Oh my God. Country whoopings. Some people are speaking. Good morning, gorgeous says. Okay. Nola says, thank you, Amber. Desiree says, see, mama was the same way. She would pull up at the school and it would be on site. All the teachers and principals knew my mom and would call her if we acted up. Yeah, I remember. I'll never forget. Ever since she's back in the chat. 44 likes, 22 views. Sports Now, thank you for coming in. If I didn't acknowledge you before, I don't think I did. I've never seen that name, but thank you for coming in. Miss Judy says, Lord tried to get to the comments and it kicked me out. Well, Miss Judy, you are more than welcome to come back up, love. Good morning says, yes, my mom is a boomer, but she had me at 35. I'm the baby. You spoiled too, ain't you? GMG, you rotten girl. Miss Judy says, my teachers were from Africa. They wasn't nothing nice with that paddle or the stack of rulers. The stack of rulers was to pop your hands for talking too much. Oh, God, Miss Judy, did you have to hold them books up? Oh, God, I remember having to hold those books up. You know, stuff like that, y'all, when you get grown, it make you think twice about what you're doing. Miss Judy said, these moms not allow their toddlers to disrespect them, and they laugh it off, and then they become disrespectful teens. Girl, my little grandbaby right now, she's 3 years old. She like to fight, and she like to hit. And I tell my daughter, if she hits you, you hit her behind back. You let her know what it feels like. Hit her back. Ma, I can't hit her back. She started hitting her back. Guess what? She stopped hitting. Little babies that like to bite them back. I bet you they'll stop biting. Bite them back. I mean, don't draw blood, but bite them back. Let them see what it feel like. Consequence. Miss Judith's asking how I'm chosen dad is doing. Oh, we behind in these comments. His reaction said, my mom was a baby boomer. She was born in 56. Chosen, I can't see the chat with my glasses. They're speaking to Sissy.
I'm back.
She said she's going to join. She just need to go on the webpage. I'm going to send some free memberships out. If I do it for everybody else's page, why can't we do it for our own? I'll put on orange for bullies.
Memberships for our mods for sure.
Yeah, but how do it chooses it for you, right?
I don't know. We need to ask Bay. I saw her in the chat earlier.
How many mods are in here?
We
Miss
talked.
Judy, Good Morning Gorgeous, and Robin. Robin's already bought one. If the mods will drop their cash up in there, I can do it that way. But we definitely need to make sure we take care of the mods. Terry speaking, Sissy.
Oh, Lexa said it picks for them. Picks for you.
Kim said, my dad was old, y'all. He was born in 34. He had me later in his life. I was his last baby. My oldest daughter, she has a different dad. Her dad is older than me, y'all. He's an older man. Oh, wow. Kim, my daughter's grandma we just buried today was born in 36. It's so, how is it that we're having this topic today and Miss Judy just had to bury a grand loved one? Hey, Brian, how are you, girl?
I'm sorry, MJ. Miss Judy's grandparent passed.
Her daughters.
Her daughters.
Now, I want to see if I can read what Good Morning Gorgeous finished there. Chatting to creating healthy atmosphere together. Rapping. I think she was trying to post something on my link. Good morning, gorgeous. Are you okay, huh?
Good morning, gorgeous. Cutting up. Let me see what she said.
I think she put out a little slogan from the thing.
Oh.
She was trying to. Miss Judy, my dad was old and he had me. My siblings from him are now in their 60s and they still in my life. My niece is older than me. Yeah, my oldest daughter has some siblings. My daughter is, how was tiny? 33 or 34, and she has like close to 50-year-old siblings. Amber says, thank you, Robert, for supporting chatting too. We need to mod that page that Amber has right there too. She says the good morning, gorgeous. Oh, okay, you had me worried for a moment. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Miss Crawford. We really, 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 really appreciate that, love. Thank you. Miss Judy says, see, and them covering it up is what is causing these victims to go into schools and attack, and it creates an adult monster. A to the men.
So, Good Morning Gorgeous had asked, what does our membership button say? Like our name. I know it says well seasoned, but those are pictures on there, like a food art. But it's your membership title is well seasoned. So you well seasoned, baby.
I'm gonna give some membership. Let me see how I'm gonna do this.
I see my babies in the chat. It's Doris, Cancer, MJ, Robin.
All right, y'all. Here's some memberships coming through. Hold on. Oh, what did I do wrong? Blessed.
I want to know too when you get done what you cooking for tomorrow. I've been seeing them little posts you've been doing, sneaking in on me.
So because we are a cooking channel, guys, on these memberships, we're not a cooking channel. Y'all get the concept. We cook while we talk. We're gonna be doing some giveaways for the members for DoorDashes. So on our Saturdays when we're cooking, we're gonna send DoorDashes to some people so they can sit in and eat. Probably I'll try to get it maybe close to what we're cooking or something like that, but we'll figure it out.
Yep.
We got some good things in store for our members. Okay. I did give the members. Okay. I'm gonna keep reading the comments. I Miss Judy said I stayed in fights, but that honor roll kept me out of jail and probation. And that was another thing, Miss Judy. I was very smart. Like I was very, very smart. But honey, fight. I used to wasn't fight. I used to run from a fight. I ain't gonna lie. I would run, scared to dang on death. But baby,
No,
child, but
no, not that
when I,
Virgo.
yeah, but when I learned to fight, when I learned that I could like fight,
Mm-hmm.
you heard what my uncle said the other week, right?
Uh-huh.
Child, nothing to play with. Nothing. And to this day, I still kind of scare my own self. Some people are
I ain't
speaking.
fighting. Now, what I told you, I ain't fighting nobody. I'm too old.
I would fight and then I would cut. Mm-hmm.
Cut.
Mr. White, that we
Cut.
can
Did
really
you say cut? Did you say cut? You know cutting is my thing.
I don't know if he was listening when I was telling him about this big girl that was gonna get me at school, honey. I got sick that day. I hurried up and got home. I won't get back there with
You said a big girl.
mm-hmm. Didn't even have a reason for not liking me. She didn't like me. She was gonna get me.
Yeah. That's how we both grew up. I told you I used to stay in fights. I still got marks on my body, and it was always somebody ugly. Yeah, I said it. It was always somebody ugly wanting to fight me.
I don't know if you can see, but I got a bite mark in my arm to this day.
Mm-mm. Girl, how old was you when you got bit?
Junior high. That
Damn,
girl bit me. I don't know. Can y'all see that? It's right. I'm gonna have to take a picture and
that's
post.
wow.
That girl bite is still in my arm to this day.
Mm-mm.
26 years
Was it
still.
bleeding?
Girl,
I
she
know
took
that
a
was
chunk
bleeding.
out of me. She
That's
took a
crazy.
chunk out of me. Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Dude said, yes, ma'am, we held a bullets. Well, now that's one thing. And you know what? I used to have to go to IS. I just told my kids the story about me being at ISS all the time. And in ISS, you go to lunch after everybody. Y'all know how ISS works. And I was telling my kids how I used to sit in there and count 1, 2, 3, and every time I would get to 60, I would mark it. That was 1 minute, one, and I would do that the whole day. And then after lunch, I would read. Like I did my homework, but I didn't play with my books. But I would get you. You miss me, you want to? I get you. I would fight. Mm-hmm.
The things we've gone through. What do you think Big Mama would say today? Like the Big Mama that existed in the Soul Food movie. Like you really see that person that brings the family together no matter what, you know. You got the sister, no, you got the cousin on slept with the girl's husband, you got one man that's in and out of jail. um
Real life stuff in the black family, right? Well, it's the white family too. I can't say that, but I
it's
can't speak
real.
for that. I can't speak for that big mama, but I can speak for my big mama. Like my
Hmm.
grandmother, I think she would be very proud of me
Oh yeah, for
because
sure.
uh, when my grandmother passed away, I was with my first husband, but he was in Bosnia, honey. He he was in Bosnia. And I had another man living in his house. I'm just being real, y'all. It is what it is. And that's what I was doing when my grandmother passed away, and she knew it. And I had moved back to my hometown while my husband was away, and I actually just lived a street over from my grandmother. And
And what you say about you having another man living in your husband's house?
she didn't like no, but she would hear it, and she would see me out and about.
Mm,
From a small town, she
right.
was out and about with this dude, and he stood out. He was from New York. He was a city slicker. The whole nine. And my husband had made me promise that I would not fall in love with somebody else and I would not get pregnant. Those were his two stipulations that he had gave. But of course, my grandmother didn't understand that. Like,
Mm.
so my grandmother left this world never knowing that I had stopped doing the stuff that I was doing, selling drugs and stripping and all that. And I was raised in the kitchen and absolutely hated it. I was raised in the kitchen, I was raised in the garden, and I was raised in the yard. And I
Hmm.
rebelled. Hear me, hated it. hated it. Hated it. As a matter of fact, when my mom found out that I had a love for cooking, and mind you, I didn't grow up with my maternal grandmother. She passed. My mom 11, maternal grandmother. But when my mother found out that I had a love for cooking, she was surprised. She was actually shocked that I had absorbed what they were forcing into me because they didn't think they were do it just because you ain't gonna live in here and do what you want to do. Get in there and do what I said do.
Right.
Type of energy. But I utilized everything that they taught me to get me where I am now. So my grandmother see the fruits of that. So I could say that my big mama would definitely be very proud. Girl,
Yeah.
mom, I straightened up, girl. I did, and I can't help but say big mama and not reflect back to cooking, guys. Because look, even if you're having trouble with somebody's drama going on, first thing you say is let's go to dinner and talk about it. Let's talk about it over. You know, that food is just kind of energy to solving problems and things like that, right? Well,
Yeah.
that's just the eating part of it. But can you imagine the conversations that go on when you cooking? Like I got
Right.
girls, and I love to put my girls in the kitchen, show
Mm-hmm.
them and learn them. My daughter that's on drugs, if I peep in on her Facebook every now and then, she cooking. Regardless of what else she out there in that street doing, I get
Mm-hmm.
proud. Post
Yeah.
post her food and stuff like that. It makes me happy to know that although she's doing what she do, I've taught her something like
Right.
and
It's
and I tell
instilled in her.
and I believe that she's gonna come through one day. She
Yeah.
gonna kick it and she gonna be better. But
Mm-hmm.
as I was saying, like everybody's might not be cooking because our grandmas can't cook. Um, it might be artwork or something like that, teaching them the stroke of a pen, or art. I don't know what the hobbies are out there. I just know what mine are. But
Yeah.
teaching them something, you know what I'm saying? Um, it's just something about those grandma moments. It's just something about 'em. And
Yeah.
you want to be able to pass on your cultural differences. Uh, Shaking your booty and all of that is not gonna get them through life. Uh,
Yeah.
Learning problem solving skills, you
Yeah.
know, learning problem solving skills are is very detrimental. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
And but you in the mirror trying to say, "How does girl my butt look right?" And no,
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
on, y'all.
Do your butt
Come on.
look right, but do you also know that you need to put oil in your engine if you're going to drive your car a couple hundred miles? Life
Yeah.
skills, and I've gone through some things with my kids.
My dad didn't
Yeah.
have no boys in the house, so he forced us to learn some things like that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
push that on all women. I know how to do it. I'm a jack of all trades. Like I
Yeah.
just changed some towels on my kitchen floor just this week. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
jack of all trades. But I don't expect that out of all women. You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Right.
I do
Yeah.
expect them to have a house clean. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Have a house clean, know how to put your whites with your whites, your color with your colors, your towels, your bed linen. Yeah. Yeah. Simple thing, how to clean the piss off around the toilet stool.
yeah,
Wash your hands when you enter the house and the kitchen. It's like I don't see that anymore. And my I have two grandparents. One is two grandmothers, and one is deceased. And the other one has Alzheimer's. Now, the one that we share throughout the months that rotates to care for her, I've never gotten a whooping from my grandma, but I swear she tore my aunts and uncles up with these switches, baby. And like she did not play. She was a hard worker. She cooked dinner when she come out, but she had four girls, four boys. So of course, her daughters cook, but that house was clean. They might not have much, but the chores was done. They knew what they were allowed to do, what not allowed to do. But today, I can't really say that my grandmother that has the Alzheimer's was ever the kind of mother like you see in a big mama, like we're gonna sit down and eat because everybody just spend it for themselves. I had
Mhm.
uncles and aunts that used to hide, extra food, after she cooked, fixed their plate. And if they wanted some more, they had to sneak and hide it under a cabinet somewhere. But my grandmother, I got my first licks from her last visit because she was confused and didn't want to be here with me at the house. It was my turn to keep her, and she's gonna spend the night. But yeah, my grandma, I guess I never gave, but like I seen you when you did the little flab on the arm, because I got that little flab on the arm now too. Yeah, I used to stay playing with that flab on the arm. I stay play with it. And now look at me. Now I got the flab on the arm, girl. But
Let me tell you
it's
something. And I was thinking when you said like your aunts and uncles used to take that switch and tear them up. Do you
mhm.
think that you kind of just stayed in line because you saw what she did to them and you didn't want no parts of that? Because that's how I was with my grandmother. I still remember to this day, and I've shared over and over again that I grew up in a DV home, and
Mhm.
it would get bad. My grandmama would come and check my daddy, like regardless of what he would, she would come check him.
Mhm.
Never forget. She told my daddy, she said, "Nigga, I know you ain't looking at me funny," or whatever it was she said to him. And he was like, "No, mama, no." She was like, "I swear to God, I think you did." Mom, now my daddy a whole grown man, right? A whole grown man. I've seen my daddy fight in the
Ooh,
street. My daddy could cut your shirt off your back and not touch your skin. He was
mm.
skilled with a the skill.
Wow.
My daddy was scaring his mama. You hear me? And I never he told my grandma, he said, "Ma, I didn't do that. I could have God I didn't, Mom. If you was to slap me upside my head and knock me under that couch and pull me back in the other side, I wouldn't say a word."
Mm,
Like,
mm,
regardless of how big and bad he was.
Grandma she ruled with the iron fist.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah. I
mm-hmm,
think with
she
my
did
grandma,
not.
I was just I knew I was a grandma's baby. I could do no wrong in her eyes. So that's probably why I didn't fear. But then my uncles and aunts, as much as they got toe up, child, they still was bad. They still was doing stuff. Like they was getting whoopings if they agitated me. They was getting good butt whoopings. When you get that age and the girls is sneaking out the bedroom window, when they ain't supposed to be, they supposed to be sleeping. Like my aunts, I watch my aunts literally do stuff like that. But honey, my grandma was well alert and knew what time it was. She'd be waiting with that switch when my aunt got back home. And they never physically challenged her. But today, all these kids is challenging parents. They
We gotta
bucking
bring the
parents.
big mamas
They
back,
cussing
baby.
parents.
We gotta bring the big mamas back.
Right.
The big mamas that didn't play. Show your behind up, then make you sit down and eat all your food.
Yep.
All of it.
Yep.
Eat it all.
Right.
Some of these comments so we can say because we're not gonna be on long. I think a lot of people about to start going live. Um, we used to write sentences. If we had conflict amongst the siblings, we had to hug each other for a whole dang hour.
Who said that?
Good morning, gorgeous. JJ
Ooh,
and Mimi.
yeah.
Oh, Bill. They was talking about the memberships randomly picking. Miss Judy says, "I'm not sure. I've never seen a content creator hand out the free membership." Well, we're gonna figure it out because I want to make sure the content creators. I'm sorry, the mods for us have a membership on the hat. Let's blame it on the hands. No, what he say? I say Jerome's in the hat. Okay, in the hat.
Did you roll the house?
She said, "What does the membership picture say? The one by my name?" Right? Oh, okay. Yeah, you told it says well seasoned guys. We created our own little things for our membership. That kind of means something to us. Robert says she's already has hers. Chris said, "Ask Miss Sean because she had gave all the moms a specific level of membership when she had them." Okay. Miss Judy, no, their dad's mom passed. My mom passed in 2020. That's when my grandmother passed in 2020. No, was it 2020? No, 2000. I'm tripping. Hey, Cancer 66. How are you, love? Thank you for coming in. Miss Therese, I never got your answer. Is your last name Downtown or Downton? She says, I hope everyone is enjoying their day. I've been in the dump, y'all, for a little over a week. I ain't gonna lie. I have been in the dump. But somehow when I pull myself out of the dump to come and mingle with you guys, I feel better. I do.
Did you get my card last night?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. It's not going to say my name, but go to it now. On you got your phone? I sent one to each phone. Look for like some kind of weird number. It wouldn't be like under a name on your contacts.
You sent me a cheer up card.
Yes. Open it. I knew you hadn't opened it. It'll tell me when you open it.
Yeah, I know I'm bad. You look, Amber done talk junk to me too. Where'd it go? Open envelope. Sending you lots of love. Everything is going to be okay, sissy. Oh, me and my sissy must never part. I love you. Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you. I will be all right, y'all. These doctor's appointments are kicking my butt. But I gotta go. I gotta do it. But
Yeah.
it puts me in a little funk, y'all. A little depression stage. But it'll be okay. God is. Let's see. That's the memberships we gifted. Miss Judy got one. I'm so glad. Hey, Leland, how are you? Oh, you missed a lot. We've been talking about big mamas. Where at?
I'm big and I'm a mama. Does that count?
Kansas 66. I love to get a membership, but I only have an iPhone. Is there a link you can drop that will take me directly to the membership link? Sissy?
Yeah, I was told from an iPhone you have to do it off of a laptop.
Or go to the web browser.
Yeah.
Go to Safari and go on YouTube from Safari.
Right.
Miss Judy says, see, I was a minority on the side of town I grew up, so I had to learn quickly how to defend myself. I can imagine, Miss Judy. I can imagine. My grandfather was Indian and my grandmother was black, so we like all these mixed, funny looking colors. And a lot of the other lighter ones had to fight a lot. I came out in the middle.
Carmel.
Oh, she said, thank you, Miss White. You're a true blessing. I try to be good. I try. She said, I'm going to try to get a membership one day. Oh, bless your heart. She says, Cancer 66 says, I'm not a fighter, but when it comes to my kids or grandkids, I black out and see red. And baby, that's dangerous. When you mess with them kind of people right there that don't bother nobody, and they know they can't fight, honey, they get power and strength from the gods. Those are the kind of people you mess with.
You better say it again. That's what I'm talking about.
How I found out that I knew how to fight. I went black, girl, and saw red, and it was
Wait, and let loose.
Yeah.
I never understood what that meant when people said I saw red or see red. It's only happened to me one time where I've seen red, and that's real, y'all. When a person gets to that level, it ain't no calming them down, bringing them back, baby. You gotta deal with it.
And I'm assuming from her name that she is a Cancer. They the worst ones, honey. Good God, I don't know. You get a Cancer.
Ooh, that's my son, honey. Them Sagittarius is too. That's but yeah, thinking about Leland, honey. He be seeing red. For real.
Black and purple, what you'll be when he finished. I know, right?
Yep.
G said, we don't have the link for the memberships yet, but you can join from your TV or by going to YouTube website. You just can't join in the app from an iPhone. Amber says nope. I don't know what that's about. Miss Judy says Cancer 66. We're trying to figure out how to get the link. I have an Android, so it just takes me to the app, so I can't get the web link page.
Let me see if I can get it.
I am the client. Okay, she said the memberships will get it to A Stokes, Miss Judy, Scorpio Latte, K Brown, and Jazzy Red. Okay. Go to your own page and settings and turn on the ability to receive gifts. See, Miss Judy teaching me something new that I didn't know, child. The realistic says, I'm chosen. Hello, beautiful sis. Miss Cheryl Wagner says, hey, y'all. Food soothes the soul, absolutely. But that's like I was saying, like the eating part makes us feel good. But it's something about bonding in the kitchen. And it brings, it gives you memories that you will never, ever forget.
That's not it, y'all. That's not the join membership link. We'll figure it out.
We had these memberships for a couple of weeks, but we hadn't been live. Ms. Judy said, and learning the culture is super important for the mixed children.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We have a mixed daughter. My husband, his baby girl is mixed race. And her mom seemed to think that she only needed to know her Puerto Rican culture. She would tell us that she was black. Okay, did you see her? Did you look at her today? Because she looked, Ms. Judy says, see, I was passed the reins by both my mom and my mother-in-law. So I don't play when it comes to family getting together and eat. And now I got the flab on the darn arm. Boy, something about that fat back meat on the arm, boy. It's just something about it.
Woo! I don't even want to show y'all. It's just like swing low, sweet cherry.
She said, I got too many whoopings and was still bad, but let Grandpa pull my darn ear and set my tail down. Miss Shawnee 3, hey, Miss White, and I'm chosen. Hey, love, thank you so much for coming in. Robert says, I'm so glad you feel better, Miss White. Me too, child. Yeah, I have a clue. Miss Judy says, yes, my lighter daughter dealt with the issues, and even family today was like, who are you? Because they don't believe she was her grandchild. Yeah.
Wow.
I started fighting boys because they picked on me for having a big butt. I got big butt and I can't not lie. Miss Judy said, man, if I'm mad and you see tears, baby, it's time to run for your life, literally. Yeah. GMG says, chosen, don't limit iPhone memberships to laptops because not everyone has a laptop. And you don't want to limit your channel. With iPhones, you have to go to a web browser, which can be laptop, TV, or Safari. So Safari is what's the internet on the iPhone, right? I think that's they call it. Oh, yeah, because my kids do iPhone and I ain't got time.
Yeah, they too technical for me. I don't like them.
And trying to figure it out.
I'm surprised you don't like them iPhone, sissy, because they bougie just like you.
My cousin in the chat, she said, "My hey cousin,
Hey,
listen, I was
cousin.
just telling you about how bad I used to be and how I would fight, girl." But Jen, you remember I used to run? Remember I used to run from people before I learned how to fight? Miss Cheryl said, Miss Judy, I've got a funny story about memberships. Early in the saga, I was in Nate's bushes and I was gifted a membership and I had never commented in her chat. Ooh, you got a free membership. DMG, I didn't say, I just said what Lupa says. She said I almost fainted. Your name came up in that membership. I bet she was like, I'll be damned. Shoot. Kansas 66, when you go to Safari and type in YouTube website, you have to press the three dots at the bottom right and press request desktop site. Then search chat and chew and you will see join button. Okay. See that I found, but YouTube is affiliated with Google, and Google and Android is the same. So that's why it's so much easier for us. Ms. Judy says, sure, I seen you actively watch. Sure, those memberships gifts will tattletale on you every time. Yeah, it will. I remember Jan said, oh, yes, you did fight. Oh, yeah, remember that you used to run from the people, but you had came up and fought back. But thank God all of that went away. Yeah, I used to be hell. Jan, I'm in here talking about grandma. How she did not play, honey.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Y'all see my shirt?
What is that? Grandma life is the best life. Oh, okay. Jan said, hell on we 100% so. When my grandma passed away, it was 60 some of us back then. And I can't remember not one of us ever trying her. Not one. Like it wasn't nobody bad and bold enough to do it.
Was she tall? Was she a tall woman, Sissy? Really?
I'm 5'6". I would say she probably, I'm 5'5" and 3/4", but I'm gonna say 5'6".
Right.
Jan, what you think grandma was? Like our height, right? Well, Jan, you shorter than me, but I don't play with her, honey.
The little short ones, boy. My grandma, she like way up under me. I be looking at her like this. That's weird because I look at my daughter like that. But my granny is short. My mama's short. I'm getting shorter.
Miss Judy said GMG, and that's the biggest issue because most people don't check the settings on their page because they are just supporters. Miss Judy, I just found out today. I was today years old when I found out you had a page. I mean, we all have a page because we have a name, but I didn't know like she had a subscribing page.
I didn't either. How dare you, Miss Judy?
Yeah, I was today years old when I found out, girl.
What's your link, MJ? Put your link in the chat.
Yeah, and I was messing around in the analytics trying to figure out. We're having that problem with the password stuff. So I was trying to figure some stuff out. And I read a thing that said mentions. And then I saw Miss Judy had posted something about the little cups last week. And I was like, I hadn't been active. And I went to go look and I was like, dang, she got a whole page up out here.
Wow. And didn't even tell us. That's crazy.
Right. Jen says, oh no, grandma didn't play with no one, no matter who kids you were. Grandma will put you in your place and think nothing about it. But I would say grandma was about at least 5'8" or 5'9". Okay. I'm around I could tell y'all some stories.
MJ, she German, if I remember right. German or Irish?
Russian, and she'll get you together. Call her white.
Right.
Call her white.
Right. And before I knew what her background was, I remember Cheese trolling Amber's chat one day, and he put something crazy in there talking about, hey, white girl with the big booty or something. And I got with him right away, and I said, first of all, she's not white, because I don't know. I was like, don't come for MJ. That's my sister. Do not come for her. But it was funny when we found out it was really Cheese. He's like, I'm telling you was on and you wouldn't let me say nothing. You remember that, MJ? She was cracking up. She told her,
I hurry up and tell you what she is real quick. I see our chat just dropped significantly, so that means somebody live somewhere.
Oh boy.
But we did get some good time in, but and
Yeah.
held the live together for a good little while. I know Dawn is going live here shortly.
You did
And
good, sissy. And you sound good too.
right there.
Beautiful.
She said, haha, I'm German, Russian, Scottish, and the genealogy is thinking it's part of Spain also. Jan
Okay.
said more grandmas like her because today's grandma is trying to be like the teenagers these days. It's not genuine nowadays. Mm-mm. Hey, my grandma did not play. She did not play. Oh my God, yeah, she did not play. Ooh, look, my granddaddy even knew she did not play. Hush,
Mm.
hush, Sam. Jen, maybe we need to do a live with some of us cousins and tell some more stories. Good. Oh my God. Mm. But yeah, yeah, I came up out of it because I was something.
She was
Thank God.
missing y'all bad. I missed y'all too. But she was sick, baby. She wanna talk to her
I've
people.
been down, I've been down all a little over a week. And I kept telling my sister, I'm gonna snap out of it. I'm gonna shake it off. I'm gonna snap out of it. I'm gonna get
But
it
I
together.
understand. Auntie Debbie. I see all my peoples in this chat. I love y'all.
Miss Judy, did you do my daughter did some kind of genealogy test through what is that company where you can search your background?
Mm,
I know what it's called. It's right in front of my head, but I can't call
me
it.
too.
They give you the leaf when you get a clue. It got them out.
Yeah, what is that called? What's that called, y'all? Somebody put in the chat when you learn your
Ancestry,
back.
yeah, ancestry. She just put it up
Yeah,
there.
ancestry. Mm-hmm.
Daughter paid all that money, honey, and it told her like down to what tribe you come up out of or something, honey.
Wow.
And she
That's
said, Mama,
wow.
why would I do it? You came for me, so that means what you are. I ain't paying for that. I'm whatever you is, I am.
I would really like to do it one day too.
But I guess I should because the difference would be her father, like her dad,
Mhm.
be different. Then would make us have some difference. You done the ancestry too? Like, did you do the blood work or did you just do like the ancestry.com to look up your loved ones?
I think they had a swab.
Yeah, she did that for.
The swab.
Mm-hmm.
I know my sister, she did it before. One of my sisters, anyway.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she said she did a spit swab. Yeah, my daughter did. I said, well, it count for me too, but so how accurate are those results? Do y'all know? Anybody? Anybody? It's almost 6 o'clock, y'all. So we definitely not gonna stay on here much longer. Want to be considerate of other people. Oh, y'all, look at that green lighting up on the screen. We got membership, y'all. It's been a long time coming, y'all. Oh, it was Miss White. I said if I donate to everybody else's channel, why can't I donate to my own?
So why did that turn green, sissy?
Because she's a member.
She's the only one that I see the screen. I thought we had some other members.
They just ain't said nothing in the chat.
Oh, thank you, Scorpio goddess.
So I'm gonna reach out to Miss Judy to make sure she get her membership because I think our mod should be covered. And who else? Who it is? Who it is?
Ooh, Jay, from the 1800s.
I missed y'all, and we got 10 minutes left in the line. And I think, well, 9 minutes, 8 minutes now. Shoot. I'm thinking these last little 8 minutes, y'all. How about let's do a giveaway real quick. How about that, y'all? Y'all want to do a giveaway in these last few minutes we got?
Giveaway, yes.
Let's do a giveaway. Now we gotta find a question or something.
Let's go. Y'all ready? Type a 1 in the chat if you ready for this giveaway. Must be present to win.
Believe in you, Miss Judy. Alexis and Alexis and Amber. Miss Judy said 11111.
Period.
Miss Judy posted her cup and it was so pretty. I gotta think of something simple and fast.
Hey, everyone coming in.
Hey, Miss Lolita. Miss Lolita, we have memberships now. Let me see. Lord, I can't even think. I'm gonna do a question from something in the live today. Should I do? Y'all, I'm having a brain freeze. Lord Jesus help me. Let's see. Let's the first person to put in the chat. No, it can't be from the live today because everybody might not have been in here the whole live. First person, tell me how many girls I have. How many girls do Miss White have? Jen, you can't play. Thank you so much for your membership, Miss Lolita. No, I don't have no 2 girls. Believe in you got it. Me and hubby got 4 girls, 4 boys.
Who won?
Miss you. Believe in you got the right answer. So Miss Believe in You, can you drop me your cash app, girl? If you drop me your cash app. Oh, she put it up there. Went away fast. Oh, Bobby, yeah. All right, y'all. I think that was a great way to end the live. How about that?
Congratulations. Y'all know Sissy does not do step. That is not a part of her vocabulary.
What?
A lot of people said 2, but I think they were looking at, birth children. But I was just saying, you don't do step. Step is not what y'all do in that household.
No. Treat everybody the same, honey.
Yep.
No step kids, nobody gets stepped over. All right. She said she didn't get our notification. We're gonna do better. We didn't cook today. I figured we hadn't been live for a while, so we would just come in and just kind of smooth things up a little bit.
I was saying, what you gonna cook for dinner tomorrow? No idea yet.
Think about some hamburgers smothered in gravy and onions and mushrooms with some rice and collard greens. Yeah.
That's yum.
Fried corn. Miss Drew said, I don't even feel right saying step kids. They my kids. That's right. We go together, baby. Scorpio Latesa in business law, a B human resources management, and A overall GPA 3.25. Woo-hoo!
Period.
Girl, do it, girl.
Huh.
Love to hear that. She said, I want some. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna pack me some hamburgers
I
up,
want
big
some with some mashed potatoes and gravy
mashed potatoes.
or
Mm,
rice.
smother them bad boys down with some onions and gravy,
Yeah.
pepper, mushrooms, collard greens with that smoked turkey. Mm-hmm.
Woo. Mm.
Some cornbread.
Thank
Yeah.
y'all for the memberships. Y'all so sweet.
She said, I need someone to teach me how to make homemade cornbread dressing. Good,
I've been wanting some too. Who said that?
Miss Lolia.
Miss Lolita? Girl, I
Mm-hmm.
know that's right.
Miss Gigi said, that sounds good. I'm doing greens tomorrow.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Lolita, you got me want some dressing. I've been craving it, but now you don't put that bug back in my head.
I'm gonna
Man.
post just some greens out my yard from last year, y'all. Y'all gonna be so surprised. But I can pull it up right here and show y'all. Let me see.
She got some nice greens, y'all. Real nice. Told you I hit this Powerball. She gonna be my neighbor. Mhm.
Let me see. Y'all wouldn't believe how many pictures I got on my phone. Mm,
Looking for a picture of the greens.
yeah. Why you got one?
I do
Oh,
have one of you.
my collard greens.
Yep. Big old
Mm,
stalk. Huge.
oh no, not that one. I'm pulling the wrong stuff up. Every time I go to look for something on my phone, y'all, everybody and their mama start texting me and calling me. Do y'all be hearing my smoke detector talk?
Mm-hmm. I heard it that time. I normally don't, but I'm sure my dogs can because they be weirding out when we be live sometimes. Be acting weird.
But it don't beep, and it's a talk. I don't know why I even talk. I get on my nerves. I know that it be talking in the middle of the night. Oh, she said the bugs took out her collard greens. Don't they just suck? Please get out. All kind of notifications just popping up. I ain't thought about it till I picked up my phone. I don't know what way too far. Sissy, you might can pull it up before me.
Okay, hold on, y'all.
You know, when I lost my Facebook page, I used to have all my stuff organized in there. So now I'm scrambling to get my stuff. I got one. Okay, here go one. Are you serious? You the devil. Let me grab this. Okay. Can y'all see that? Okay, let's see. Can y'all see that? There we go. Is that a good view? That's one head. One, what's called a stalk head.
You beat me.
Yeah,
I seen it though. That's bigger than the one you sent to me.
is it?
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And they so sweet and tender, baby. Oh my God.
Please don't give me faint head, make me lightheaded. Please
Just
don't.
don't make it.
Mm, mm, mm.
That might be the last one.
Man. You got a lot of them now left in the garden?
You know, I pull them up and
Blanch them?
blanch them a little bit and put them in
Mm-hmm.
the freezer. I do the mason jar too.
Really? Greens in a mason jar?
Not the greens. I'm just saying in general. I put food in. My mama used to do
Oh.
that. My
Mm-hmm.
mama used to do the mason jar, and dang on if I don't do it now. And I
That's
used to go
something
back to
you're gonna have
school.
to teach me and the chat too. I wanted to learn how to do preserves in a jar, but I know it's like a certain way you gotta do it to keep the bacteria and stuff from growing. Yeah,
Now
so
I
you gotta
don't do
show me.
jellies and jams. I don't do jellies and jams. I put like butter beans and peas and tomato stuff like that in the jar. I don't
Like
do jellies.
cooked butter beans or raw.
Well, you cook them in the jar, like you clean. You know,
Oh, okay.
and
Oh yeah, you got a lot to teach me about some jars. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Jen, you remember Mom used to have us selling them peas and butter beans. She'd come home with about 10 bushels of peas and butter beans. We go back to school, our thumbs will be green from shelling peas and butter beans all summer long.
You know
Oh,
what's funny? I don't know. I might have told you about this story. We're from Arkansas, and so my cousin that's my age, she actually did get in the field and pick cotton, and she was telling me about one time her mom, she used to have to go pick cotton and how she come home be tired and sweaty and stuff, and her mom had told her to wash some greens in the sink, wash the greens and put them on. She said she called herself trying to cut corners, honey. Put them greens in the pot. Her mama came home. She had passed out, went to sleep. From after she got through with all her chores in the house, she said, I took my shower, got into bed, went to sleep. I didn't even eat. Next thing I know, my mama beat me with a wet rag. She said she put them greens in a pot with all that dirt and the grit, and the mama had tasted it. And I said, you got these damn gritty ass greens in my pot. But she got a good whooping for that, honey. That was so funny to me. Cut a quarter. You gotta wash your greens, y'all. You gotta wash them good.
Miss Judy says, shucking corn and snapping beans. Good God Almighty.
Mm.
I think that's why I'm gonna cook me some speckled butter beans tomorrow and drop me some okra up in it or some tomatoes.
Mm.
Pulled some more tomatoes off the vine yesterday, honey. We throw them fried green tomatoes in the grease all the time.
There you go, making me lightheaded. I could
Mm-hmm.
taste it too. I literally, my mouth, when you said that, my mouth just started. Fried okra, them beans, and some cornbread, baby.
Yeah.
Onions and hot sauce, the okra.
Yeah, I'm gonna do me some speckled butter beans and drop me some okra up in there tomorrow too, girl.
Ooh, that sound good.
I just
Woo.
got
Your cousin said she missed that. She wants some. She gonna be over there. Cousin gonna be over there tomorrow.
she live almost 3 hours away, child.
Child, I'll be driving them 3 hours to get that food, honey. Ain't that right, cousin?
My mama used to cook like the third Sunday of every month. She fed the preacher.
Every
Everybody
month
knew
you what?
third Sunday. Third Sunday of every month, my mama fed the preacher. It was her Sunday food.
Oh, really?
My mama fed the whole neighborhood.
Mm. Your mama really was big mama. Remember when the preacher would come over every Sunday for dinner with them?
That was my mama.
Mm.
Yep. And she wasn't a big lady either, but she wasn't skinny and that. And she was about my size, maybe a little bit. That woman made this. It was a technique to her buttermilk biscuit, and it wasn't a big fluffy biscuit. I cannot explain it. There's not nobody on God's green earth that can make my mama biscuit to this day.
Martin, my mama biscuit. That my mama biscuit.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, baby. Because my daddy could cook too. Oh my God. I grew up with a cooking mama and a cooking daddy.
I know that's right.
My mama and my daddy cooked. My daddy was a better baker than my mom.
My dad can't bake. He can fry some fish though. He can fry some
Oh,
fish. I'm gonna walk my company out, sissy.
well, we finna end the live anyway, guys. We're gonna see everybody on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. We're gonna see everybody on Wednesday. I love each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you all. I miss you. Did she confirm her cash app? Did you see the confirmation of her cash app?
I didn't. What was the name? BYI or BIM or something like that. Confirm that you received a cash app, please, in the chat. Just
Let me see, because I didn't get a heart.
thank you, MJ. Cancer 66, Miss Jeanette. You put your cash app back in the chat. Just did you receive? Check your cash app and see if you got the prize from the question that you won. Leland, MJ, Miss Lolita, Sexy. Good morning, gorgeous, Miss Gigi.
Did she confirm?
MM. Let me see. Let me check the comments one more time. Thank you. Yes, she got it.
Okay. All right. Don't never want to leave without making sure everybody got what they were supposed to get. I love you guys.
I love you too. I love you, chat.
No, remember, be safe out here in these YouTube streets, okay? Because it ain't a place to play in. All right? All right, guys. We love you all. All right. Have a great rest of the weekend.